all gonna work.
There's a raptor in that freezer.
It's frozen. It's dead.
Do you think
It's just a giant frozen dinosaur.
Do you think when they came back to the island to make Jurassic World Park,
they went, oh goody.
They discovered the old place and they were like, let's see what's around here. And they saw a bunch of stuff that was overgrown, and then they went in the freezer and they were like, that's a frozen raptor. What?
Because I don't think no one probably told them the story of how that happened. No one even, except the kids did it. The
kids did it.
And the kids are not going to tell the story of this to anyone. They're not going to, maybe they'll tell their friend. They were not expecting that raptor in that freezer. That's all we know.
Raptor in this freezer. What? And they were like, what? Okay. All right. All right then.
Yeah.
See you in Jurassic World. So, I get to talk about food again, you guys. Ooh, it's my favorite thing to talk about. In the last 2 movies we watched, there was basically no food. Because one was from 1924, 5. And the other was a Western movie. Nobody cares about food in Westerns.
No.
So I didn't get to talk about food at all. But there's food in this movie. So, the first food is all of the junk Nedry's eating. And I thought about this recently. I was like, why is that so important to his character? And I realized it's not, because we don't pay attention to the food. We don't see the food fully on screen for even a second. We just know that he has a lot of food in front of him, and he's eaten it all, and he's not going to pay for it. He's going to make others pay for him. And that's basically his character.
Yes.
Also, he's ruined someone else's food.
Right, he put that it's not whipped cream.
It's shaving
cream, and he put it, but he knows that someone will eat it.
It's going to go to someone. He's ruining someone else's meal.
And happy to do so. Yeah.
And that's his whole character. So the next thing we see, really, is it's the cow. They've just discovered there's velociraptors on the park. And they go there, and it's feeding time. And they lower a live cow into the pen. And we don't get to see what happens to this cow, but you can kind of imagine what happens to this cow. And so we see the reactions on everyone's faces to what happens. And then immediately afterwards, it's lunchtime for the people. And they're going to have this incredibly fancy fish thing with... They're going to have this fancy meal.
Yes.
And it's spared no expense because it's so good.
Yes.
But nobody really eats it except for the lawyer. Because they've just seen this awful thing happen with this cow. And yeah, I get it. I'd probably have that reaction too. I wouldn't want to eat food immediately after watching a cow be devoured alive by a bunch of dinosaurs. That doesn't sound like a fun time. But it's more than that. Because they just watched the pure, raw act of eating and consuming food happen in front of them. And now they're all of a sudden presented with this fake, pompous...
It's like super cleansed, too, of the actual reality of food. Do you know what I mean?
This meal that's just... It is a performative meal.
Yes.
To try and get everyone on Hammond's side. And no one's eating it because no one's buying it.
Yeah. Power's been shut off.
Ice cream's melting. And who's eating all that ice cream? It's Hammond.
Yes.
He's eating all of the melting ice cream because...
No one's helping him, by the way.
No. He's eating ice cream. He's eating this melting ice cream. And it's in this point in the movie that he's realized that his goal, his dream, this park, it's not gonna work. It's all melting away. His dream is melting away. Just a sliver of that childlike innocence that he's held up until this point is gone. And then all the other food is, like a bunch of desserts that the children eat because, gosh, those children deserve all of those treats, and they never get to eat them because there's velociraptors in the kitchen. But that's not important.
That's not the point.
But
well, actually, that is the point.
Yeah, that is the point. They don't get to have the innocent sweetness anymore.
Right.
They don't get to have the childhood.
It's taken.
So there you go. There's my food. Yes.
With the final cleaning up of the dining room, the stage is made ready for new actors or for your return.
That's it.
I didn't know what that was just now.
Don't ask me. I don't know. I don't know what just happened. My brain said, say this sentence. It'll sound cool. And I went, okay. And I started saying it. And I halfway through it. And now what was the second part, brain? And brain goes, huh? What? Were we talking about something?
Okay.
I thought we were thinking about Ian Malcolm's glasses. And I went, oh, you're right. And then I went, what's the second half of the sentence? And then I went, I'm going to make it up on the spot. And usually I'm really good at improv, but I don't know what happened there.
I'm going to make a bridge so it works. You ready?
This is another of the housekeeping tasks we don't worry about when dining at the hotel.